World at Mittelworld 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2, Origin Continent. Volume 9, Advancing Through the Darkness. Chapter 341, The Strongest in the Dark Holy Realm. Third of Volume 9. Translator, Shadow Knight AK. Editor, Shadow Knight AK. The entire first floor of Xuanhuan Hall in Chongfeng City is specifically designated for purchasing low-level Xuanhuan lifeform corpses. There are only 3 forces who are engaged in buying them here. Since, the practitioners often spent their time in seclusion, and rarely hunt. At this moment, Luo Feng was the only customer on the entire first floor of Xuanhuan Hall. I have a batch of low-level Xuanhuan lifeform corpses to sell. Let the 3 of you take a look and see what price you can offer. Luo Feng stood there, holding his storage bracelet with one hand and releasing the seal so others could inspect its contents. A batch. The God Emperors in charge of these 3 forces approached, their divine senses penetrating the storage bracelet. One glance shocked them. Packed densely inside were low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms. They had never seen such a massive number before. Usually, even acquiring 1,000 at once was considered a lot. In the Dark Holy Realm, hunting is extremely dangerous. If you attack the weak, stronger ones would come for revenge. And attacking the strong could provoke an entire terrifying squad. Therefore, acquiring large numbers of low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms is very difficult. In cities with real power within the 9 Rivers Holy Realm, low-level Xuanhuan lifeforms would never dare to attack. Even if they did, if they couldn't break the city's defenses, their legions would retreat. One could have such harvest, only if a city is breached and the defenses are still formidable, which are able to overpower the attacking legion and prevent 90% of them from escaping. This is too much. Unbelievable. The God Emperors in charge of these 3 forces were all shocked. May I ask who this God Emperor is? One of them cautiously asked. My name is Luo Feng, he replied directly. Whoever among your 3 forces offers the best price stands a chance to buy all these corpses. If I'm not satisfied, I'll sell them in another city. God Emperor Luo Feng, please don't be hasty. This transaction is too large. We must report it. We will definitely offer a satisfactory price. The 3 forces became anxious. Even if the profit margin was low for such a large transaction, Luo Feng would still make a fortune. Suddenly, he sensed something and looked up to see 3 figures flying toward him: a white-haired elder, a winged woman, and a youth in a red robe. Each of them exuded an awe-inspiring aura as they approached, and the surrounding practitioners dared not come near. Brother Luo Feng. The red-robed youth called out. Haha, Luo Feng, long time no see, the elder Bo Shu greeted warmly. We meet again, the winged woman, God Emperor Bai Yin, said with a soft smile. As the 3 landed on the first floor of Xuanhuan Hall, the God Emperors in charge of these 3 forces respectfully saluted. Obviously, these 3 held high status in Chongfeng City. Luo Feng wasn't surprised to see this. According to the information he got, the city only had about 100 top-level powerhouses. The God Emperor Bo Shu's team had operated in Chongfeng City for a long time. Even the city lord dared not to neglect them. I was planning to visit you 3 later, Luo Feng said with a smile. You gained a huge harvest in the last city defense battle. A transaction of this scale can't be decided by ordinary God Emperors, they must report it, the old man said with a smile. Come, let's go to my cave mansion and relax while they prepare their offers. You 3 forces can discuss together and even make a joint purchase of this batch of corpses. The old man looked at the 3 ordinary God Emperors in the Xuanhuan Hall. But if the price is too low, Luo Feng won't sell. Let's go, brother Luo Feng, God Emperor Bai Yin smiled. Luo Feng nodded, and the 4 of them flew off toward the God Emperor Bo Shu's cave mansion. The 3 ordinary God Emperors on the first floor were stunned. Who is this Luo Feng? To have so many low-level Xuanhuan lifeform corpses. He seems to be close with Bo Shu and the others. They didn't dare delay and immediately reported the news along with the image of the hundreds of thousands of low-level Xuanhuan lifeform corpses. This information immediately shocked the top figures of Chongfeng City. Such a massive fortune among the elite, few could rival Luo Feng. In a large, pale white cave mansion. The 4 of them sat scattered around, drinking and chatting. Ha ha ha. It's such a blessing to meet again in the Dark Holy Realm. Come, let's drink. The old man said. Sister Bai Yin was about to go into seclusion but guessed that brother Luo Feng would come, so she waited, the red-robed youth joked. The winged woman smiled faintly. At my current level, even if I went into seclusion, I might not make any further progress. But brother Luo Feng's talent is extraordinary. Just a few insights from him are worth more than 100 million epochs of seclusion. Reaching the peak level is a massive bottleneck. These 3 long to break through further. That's why they willingly lowered their status before Luo Feng. They felt that even though he had just advanced, he had already surpassed them. Once his strength stabilized, he'd become even more terrifying. Such a dazzling figure, his comprehension ability far exceeded theirs. Even a little guidance from him might give them the inspiration they needed. Every bit of insight, every sliver of opportunity, they treasured them. It might just be the key to breaking free from the cage. I'm stuck at a bottleneck too. Luo Feng shook his head. It's hard to make any further progress. Oh. Can we talk about it? Maybe we can help think of a solution together, Bo Shu suggested. Bai Yin and Kai Yan also looked over, curious. Among peak-level beings, it was common to discuss the Tao with one another. Such conversations often helped with cultivation. I've been wondering, if a physical body becomes unimaginably massive, how could one's soul and spiritual will maintain perfect control over it? Luo Feng looked at his three friends. How massive are we talking? Kai Yan asked. Take an ultra-limit level Hunyuan Wangti beast for example, which is known for its powerful body. Now imagine a body that's 10,000 times stronger than that. How could a god emperor control something like that perfectly? Luo Feng posed the question. Based on his estimate, a perfect divine body with 1.2 billion times the energy reserves would be about 10,000 times stronger than an ultra-limit level Wangti beast. That huge. Bo Shu, Kai Yan, and Bai Yin were all stunned. Even the Wangti race is famous among low-level Hunyuan lifeforms for their physical strength. Something 10,000 times more massive. Even if the spiritual will transcends the cage, it's hard to imagine perfect control, Bo Shu reasoned. I've never heard of a god emperor managing such a body, Kai Yan added, shaking his head. Only by transcending the cage and becoming a high-level Hunyuan lifeform might one manage it, Bai Yin agreed, gently shaking her foot. Luo Feng aimed for the perfect god emperor state, reaching a lifeform level aligned with the Tao of life and death. Though this still fell within the god emperor stage, it theoretically allowed for an immensely vast physical body. However, by transcending the cage and evolving into a high-level Hunyuan lifeform, the transformation would no longer be just a matter of scale, it would become a fundamental, qualitative change. Bo Shu suddenly smiled. Brother Luo Feng, I just got word from the city lord. He is offering 730 billion Hunyuan crystals to buy the bodies of these Hunyuan lifeforms. This price is not bad. Luo Feng's eyes lit up when he heard this. He also had plenty of information and knew the real value of his spoils. Our Chengfeng City's city lord Feng Chao is the junior brother of Longju Daojun. He's also known to be the most generous buyer, Bo Shu added. Currently, the two strongest beings in the Dark Holy Realm were GK, a god emperor who had refined a world-class Hunyuan bloodline, and Longju Daojun, who had cultivated 3 semi-Hunyuan level Daos. God Emperor GK and Longju Daojun. Luo Feng's interest grew. How do they compare to those in the invincible realm? They're just a little stronger than us, Kai Yan said. But, if our three teams joined forces, we're on par with either one of them. Luo Feng nodded. He knew that among the top-tier figures in the Dark Holy Realm, only about 1,000 reached this peak level. God Emperor GK and Longju Daojun were the best among them. But if they were only slightly ahead, that meant Luo Feng himself might already be among the top 3. There should be only 3 strongest beings in the Dark Holy Realm. God Emperor GK, Longju Daojun, and himself. As for Invincible Realm, they rarely appeared in the Dark Holy Realm. Most had already transcended the cage. The other 2 factions have also made their offers, Bo Shu continued with a grin. One offered 710 billion, the other 722 billion. But they're waiting for your confirmation before raising funds. Let's go with the city lord, Luo Feng decided. He was very satisfied with the offer. Great. I'll inform the city lord to begin gathering the Hunyuan crystals, Bo Shu said. If you need any treasures, the city lord can give you a good deal. It was a large sum, and gathering it would take time. That's why the buyers submitted their offers first, and they would begin to gather Hunyuan crystals, only if Luo Feng was willing to sell. Yes, I need some goods, Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. I want to purchase many Hunyuan bloodlines, and also some auxiliary cultivation treasures. All low-level Hunyuan life bloodlines from nearby worlds are available in the Dark Holy Realm, Bo Shu replied with a smile. Here's the full list. The prices are also reasonable. He sent the list to Luo Feng. Luo Feng skimmed it. As the central hub of nearby world clusters, the Dark Holy Realm had attracted the strongest practitioners, and thus had the most extensive collection of low-level Hunyuan bloodlines. I'll take one of each bloodline related to life or destruction, every one of them. And each should be paired with 72 portions of common corpse materials. Every single life type and destruction type Hunyuan bloodline as well, with matching materials. Luo Feng had the wealth to afford it. From early God Emperor to ultra-limit levels, he bought every bloodline related to life and destruction. After removing previously purchased ones, the total only came to 15.2 billion Hunyuan crystals. That was just the tip of his wealth pocket change. The bulk of his spending was on ultra-limit level bloodlines, each costing around 500 million. In total, he bought 189 ultra-limit level bloodlines related to life and destruction. And I want more auxiliary treasures. Luo Feng said. He had found that 100 Calamity's heart essence was very effective. He used to be too poor to afford it, but now that he hit a bottleneck, he bought 30 billion Hunyuan crystals worth of various auxiliary treasures in one go. That should be all. Luo Feng messaged Bo Shu. Anything else you need? Bo Shu asked. Frankly, the amount of treasures you've bought is quite low. Even if you use them sparingly, they ain't not enough to practice for 100 million epics. It's enough. Luo Feng replied. After all, it had only been a few thousand epics since he entered the reincarnation and reached Origin Continent. Luo Feng is ready. The next phase of his journey in the Dark Holy Realm would soon begin. Blank, underscore 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 underscore. End of chapter. Subscribe to MTL World at Mittel World 1 YouTube channel.